Hello. Happy Monday. This is a running theme. This is both Megadeth and the week I had. And basically today. So, sorry. This is probably be the last week I do Megadeth. This is Alice Cooper. It's a cover. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know. It's a great tune. It's a great tune. It's Megadeth. It's Alice Cooper. It's Monday night. Let's get into the show. Let's talk about some stuff that happened this week that I'm not too pleased with, and I think is I don't know if any of you are on Facebook or how many are not on Facebook but are here. I just got to point out the assholery. And I hate when it surfaces in a place I don't want it to surface. Like, I hate it when it makes me not like somebody I like, you know? But that's what principles mean, man. That's what principles are. That's what values are. If you put a person above your values, well, you got a problem. And just because I personally like somebody, I just can't let them do bullshit and get away with it. I just can't. So it's a shame. And certainly if somebody does the bullshit that Paul Michael Caine's doing, they can't just empower a bully and just walk around and act like that's just okay. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's fine. That's fine. I want to say hi to everybody who's here. Who do we got? We got number one. Number one is starting out with the number one comment. And then Mike Hughes comes in. Hello, Mike. And you get this number one crown. I don't know why. And then Jesse immediately takes the number one crown right off Mike's head. And he probably had to use a helicopter to do it because Mike is like 6 foot forever, you know. David, good to see you. Jesse, I didn't know if I said hello, but Burger Hicks is here. Burger Hicks. Who is Burger Hicks? What is your? Oh man, your real name is eluding me, Burger Hicks. I don't remember what your real name is. I can't recall it. Welcome to AARP. You know what I'm saying? So, God dang, 0 inches here in Southwest Missouri. Supposed to be 60 tomorrow. I know, crazy weather. I'm not having crazy weather. Good evening, Alan. Good to see you. Ron, good to see you. Tim's good. Tim's here. It's good to see Tim. Hey, Sean. Sean Russell's here. Burger Hicks, can you tell me? My God, it's going to bother me so much now. It's really, really going to bother me. Happy Jeff Day. Damn, what did I do now? You did nothing, Mike. Evening, everyone. Currently dealing with a broken plane in Alabama. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets unbroken, but good to see you, Zach. Jim, good to see you, Jim. Sorry about your news, Jim. That was really a beautiful memorial you wrote. And wow. I don't know if life is going to get back to normal anytime soon for you, but I'm glad you're here, and I hate to see that. Embrace the anger. Oh, I have. Good evening, Lance. Good to see you. Let it out, Jeff. Hey, Maggie. Good to see you. Happy Monday. I'm glad you're here tonight. You get to see me mad, which is, you know, I don't know if it's entertaining. Glad you're giving us a scoop. I read your newsletter, but with no Facebook, I have no idea what the hubbub is. Oh my God. It's so infuriating. Like, you cannot put out this. You can't. I'll read you the exchange. It's so annoying though. Burger Hicks, you haven't dropped your name in here, Burger Hicks. I need just your first name. God damn it. Aaron? Is it? Oh, what is your name, Burger Hicks? You gave me the Chuck Palahniuk. hand, where is it? Down here. Look at it. This is courtesy of Burger Hicks. This is an actual Chuck Palahniuk signature on this bone and gristle hand. The FBI has been here a few times fingerprinting it, but it hasn't come back with anybody. That shirt is groovy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's I don't know. Do I do this? Oh, no. Oh, I bumped the thing. Okay, I didn't lose you guys, but I bumped the screen. Or did I? No. That's the shirt. There it is. I am wearing pants, so this ain't like a HR incident. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to turn. It's a scream. He ain't screaming no more. Oh, man. See, this is what you get for ad-libbing on a 100% ad-lib show. $125, I believe. Yes, we got to do that. Maybe I didn't hear the drama this time. Well, you will. You will. We got the mechanic on, and the updates, it'll be fixed in an hour, so I get to watch some live. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. You're going to want to fly, I don't know, to Baltimore maybe. We're going to go to divert to Baltimore for no reason. David Melchansky, good to see you, David. Thank you. I'm definitely feeling the love and support. It's appreciated. I'm glad. Come on in, Jim. Yo ho, bro, and a bottle of rum. Some random guy. I love it. I watch these back, and when I'm leaning in to read, I'm like, dude, you are so goddamn old now. You are so goddamn old. I'm sorry. I mean, I gotta do a pop out. I should do it better where I pop out the chat and I have it up and it's bigger and I don't have to lean in like that because it's really bad. So apologies. Does anyone have a clue on how much Massacre from Earthling will cost? Yeah, that is tomorrow. Earthling is doing the best edition there will ever be of Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre, and that is going to be tomorrow at noon. So you're gonna get a chance to buy it, and it's gonna be $125, $125. I see. This table shakes. I don't know what to do. The table shakes. Camera shakes. Thank you, Lance. Good to see you, Lance. Yes. Hey there, folks. Hey, Flash is here. Been clearing snow all day, so I'm probably going to fall asleep. We had a little snow, but like the snow in where we live in Tennessee is JK snow. It comes down. It's like, ooh, look at me. I'm snow. I'm hanging in the air, and I'm going to lay down on your deck. I don't give a shit. And it lays down, and then it looks at you, goes, JK. And then it all melts. It's like, I'm feeling cute today. Might snow in Tennessee. And then the next day it's gone. It's gone when as soon as that sun comes up. So it evaporates. I'm stoked for that Earthling edition. I hope so. Hey, what's up, Dave? Cat House Caller. Now you got 8168 after that. Good to see you, man. These Earthling editions have been killer. Yep. Hey, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. is here, so we can get started now. When you go to war, you gotta bring the bottle opener when you're gonna go to war. What have you got for me today, Magic Duff Bucket? You got, again, it's a lot further fall when you got a standing desk. You got that Rogue stuff. I don't know. This is the last one. I don't have any Rapture Stout, but I realized I had Rapture Servitor and Axum sitting in my pantry, a 6-pack of each. So I didn't have it on ice in time. So next week will be a Rapture Brew fueled show is what it'll be. So, I've done my couple of surprise lives talking about Cemetery Dance, and I usually like to limit my anger to Dick Chiz, right? He's really the enemy. That guy is really the problem. And it's like for me, the whole thing with him strikes a certain nerve, right? Because I absolutely adore the horror community. I felt a part of the horror community even when I didn't have any part of the community near me. The internet made things a lot more possible, right? So the internet allows very specific groups to congregate and find each other and share the same things that we all love. Ergo, this show, right? I mean, that's the whole point. So I'm very protective over those things, and I also really hate bullies. I hate people who beat on the powerless just because they can. I worked for bullies. I went to school with them. You know who they are. They're anybody at all, anywhere, who can exert their power at random on people just because they feel like they can do it. And that's Richard Chismar. And what makes him a bully is he does all this bullshit, and then he never talks about it. He never acknowledges it. It's like, yeah, whatever. Go. I need a street team to go get memorials into all the Barnes and Nobles. I need you guys to buy Chasing the Boogeyman, Becoming the Boogeyman. And then, you know what? I'm going to publish the omnibus Gwendy before I even get to Pet Sematary. And I got to say, they sent an email today for Pet Sematary. And, that art looks just amazing. It's Vincent Chong, I believe. And, man, I shouldn't mess with things during the show. And it looks awesome. And Pet Sematary is like literally one of my absolute favorite Stephen King books. It's a perfect book. That last sentence is his best ending, I think. Apart from Revival, which I thought was a phenomenal ending, and The Stand and The Shining. Those are all notable Stephen King endings. It was a disappointment when I read it the first time, but I've since gotten over it. Literally. But anyway, so it really bothered me to see the Pet Sematary go up for pre-order. They got they have what? They have the gift edition. That's all that's available. And they probably have an infinite number of gift editions. But in the email, it says, put me on the wait list for an artist edition. That dickhead. I guarantee he's going to up the number of artist editions for Pet Sematary, because that's the only card he has left. Once Pet Sematary is out the door, he's not going to have these cash infusions to that scale. And all the money initially people spent on Pet Sematary is gone. So he's got to feed the monkey. He's got to pump the corpse with some fresh blood, and it's just a waste. So it's infuriating, and I usually limit all my anger to Richard Chismar, but it's to the point where the shit is so bad. Anybody that like works with him now as a creator, as somebody who makes their money off of writing words, creating images, and being a creator, anybody at that level is to work with him is like working. It's like the pig working with the butcher, right? It's like you are betraying your very fellow creators by working with Richard Chismar. I went back, looked at my old newsletters, and I had a lot of screen grabs and a lot of authors and artists, well, mostly authors, coming out of the woodwork to talk about how it's awful working with Cemetery Dance. He doesn't pay you. You have to chase him down to get paid. And Todd Kiesling's story and his experience, he was even mocked openly. You're a little man. And then when Todd Kiesling shared the screen grab and said, I guess I'm a little man. I'm a funny little man. Richard Chismar doubled down on it. When his insult was made public, he doubled down and he goes, you sure are. I'll get you your 3-week late royalties. I'll get it to you for sure. And that's when Todd blew up on him. It's all in my old newsletters. The 3 newsletters are newsletter, damn it. I don't remember. Yeah. 53, 80, and 97. And if you want to read those and they're not public, let me know and I'll make them public so everybody can read them. That's all the receipts for his douchebaggery. So what had happened was Paul Michael Caine in 19th edition wrote this post. Oh gosh. Okay. Apparently, well, let me look at the comments before I get into this. For what it's worth, that Rogue is a collector item, so to speak. They closed operation late last year. Damn. Well, thank you for pointing that out. I'll really enjoy those sips now. Rapture is not out of business. No. It's he's referring to Rogue. Rogue. Hello, Joshua. Good to see you. Oh, my sweet summer child. What leads you to believe this con won't last another decade? I didn't realize I was a sweet summer child. Yep, left creditors with around 20 million in debt. Oof. Rogue. Now I won't enjoy it so much. So he posted this on 19th edition, of which I've left that group because it's a bunch of people kissing Paul Michael Caine's ass all the time. It's really weird. It's like a cult. I've heard a lot of people saying Paul Michael Caine's like sort of becoming a cult leader. And I can't say I disagree with that assessment when he puts out stuff like this. He's putting himself on the same level as all the Stephen King characters. So he's got that main character energy. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what Paul Michael Caine's got. Paul Michael Caine, MCE, main character energy. Anyway, so he posts this shit about the man in the black suit. Surprise, surprise. And I'm not somebody, like, seriously, I don't like to do this. I don't like to tear anybody down as I've been accused of. But remember, I don't know if you remember, but when I was talking about the art, the typography on the cover of the man in the black suit, I said it says the man in the black suit. Like, that's if you read the type and you put the emphasis on the all caps. Why are there three different weights of this type? And then Stephen King is like, curvy. Well, it turns out Paul Michael Caine designed this and did this stuff, and now he's like selling it, and he's also very proud to be doing this. Super excited. You may have seen the email from CD about the 3-state The Man in the Black Suit by Stephen King, exclamation point, because he gets to cup the balls of the guy who cups the balls. I'll be providing cover typography, which is just awful. Sorry, it is. The publisher requested that classic Stephen King font. Okay, so you pulled it out of my ass, and I slapped it on the cover without a thought. I'll also be doing the layout and interior design for all 3 states. That means not only setting King's award-winning story, which makes the fanboy in me dance with delight, but also working some amazing Mark Edward Geyer art into the layout. And check out that amazing cover by the one and only Glenn Chadbourne. I'm so very excited by this. And then from the publisher, like the publisher is anybody reputable, not a pile of shit in human form. And then available in 3 states. How to order since it's not on the website, which I love that this is here because that has since changed. Anyway, and then here's the book. And he talks about it. And then predictably, people are like, oh, I like your work, and I really like kissing your ass, and I like being in the cult. But I don't like Cemetery Dance, so I'm not going to buy it. I don't want to buy it because it's Cemetery Dance, and he's a completely corrupt pile of shit in a suit. But he doesn't wear a suit because he has no respect for the people in the room, and he wears a baseball cap, very much like Jeff Word. But anyway, so these comments come out, and he comes out, and he's like, "Yes, I hear you. I am not part of that. I'm not in that room when the decisions are made. I'm just a creator. I'm just a creator standing on the corpses of the unpaid creators so I can be a fanboy and dance in the court of the king." At this point, you've sold your soul. If that is your whole life, stop seeing celebrities as superhuman. Please, for the love of God, they're all people. And you act like it's some honor and privilege. Like, I get it. These are people you respect and you admire, and they are gods in their own little domains. But holy shit, is that all your soul is worth? To be to be the like little ball boy for the ball boy, you know what I mean? So people start to talk, and then as soon as I get paid, so somebody's begging for a free one. That's what they do when somebody's like, they either don't want it, and they're for some reason letting everybody know their business, or they want Paul Michael Caine to say, you know what, you're getting one. Oh, he's Oprah now, So that's kind of somebody's angling. I never understand why people put that there, like. And now I'm trying to think, have I ever done anything like that? Because it's like, ooh, I'm not going to buy it, but I want to show support, or I want to get a free one. I see that shit all the time. What's the story about Steve Mandel? What's the story about? You can get it right now and everything's eventual. So he goes on, and then Austin Carroll's like, when will he put it on the site? Sick of not being able to use the store credit on anything. So Austin Carroll just went in sideways. He's just like, I'm riding right into this. And he comes in sideways. He's like, this is a scam operation, and I'm going to expose it. And then, Josh is like, yeah, I agree. It goes way, it goes beyond that credit issue as well. I have multiple orders sitting with these guys and blah, blah, blah. And then, Paul Michael Caine, I'm not trying to give you any grief. You're well respected in the collecting community. How long is that going to last? If you're standing right next to the guy, the serial killer, I didn't kill anybody. If you're in Manson's family, hey, I'm not Charles, even though Charles Manson really didn't technically kill anybody, but still, if you're standing next to the cult leader, well, Paul Michael Caine's a cult leader. Anyway, you're standing there next to Richard Chismar, and then you're like, yeah, I didn't do anything. So Paul Michael Caine responded. He's responded to where we're at. I mean, there's a couple of things going on here. He's responded to Josh. Josh, first up, I totally hear you and acknowledge your frustration. I can only speak to the projects I'm involved with, taking the blood money. You know what I mean? And that involvement is akin to Glenn or Mark's. I'm just a humble servant in that I am an independent creator shitting all over these other independent creators working with CD. I have very little knowledge about the inner workings of CD, having been a collector for years. As to your question about seeing these projects in a reasonable amount of time, as far as my involvement, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I am confident that, yes, we will see these within the year. I'm currently running pre-press on my scariest Stephen King scenes, which I provided the cover art, design, and layout for. Another project I am really excited about and can't wait for people to get their hands on. We're using a printer that I found in Ohio. This is a chapbook I bought in September, was promised to me in November, and here we are in February, and they're running pre-press, and I only know about it in a thread buried in a comment on a thread. Nothing from Cemetery Dance. And he's admitting this. So and he did address somewhere the whole thing about, well, they're having IT difficulties. That is why they can't accept payment. And it's such bullshit. So I boiled over and I wrote, Paul, I've always thought of you as a stand-up, exceedingly kind, generous guy who created one of the most welcoming communities of collectors on Facebook. But to see you align yourself and defend a guy like Chismar gives me pause and makes me second guess my assessment. I hope he's paying you on time, but there's a long list of people he's openly bent over and screwed. Artists and authors have to beg for the money they're owed, and when they do, they can be openly mocked like Todd Kiesling. I'm not going to name the long list of folks I'm aware of because that's their business to tell, but more than a few have made it known that Chismar is the worst publisher to do business with. Is that okay with you? Is how he screws over artists, authors, and customers okay with you? I guess so, as long as it's not you. The only thing Chismar publishes with any regularity or fidelity is spam pushing empty promises. The My Scariest Stephen King scene chapbook was promised in November. I told him that you can't have it both ways by saying I'm not involved on that end of things, but then champion his projects. He says openly in the beginning of that, next to the picture, that he's thrilled to be working with CD. He's done majorly underhanded things for a long time. Now he's asking people to pay at the back door of the business like an absolute slime ball, and we're just supposed to think that's totally normal per you and Human Meat Shield, Dan Franklin. So here I am saying this is unacceptable. You're working with a villain. He's a slime ball. He's taking all this business through the back door because whatever reason, it's underhanded. It is not probably not legal, right? And a lot of people are raising this point in all this earlier in the thread. And I wrote, enough is enough. Just when I thought I was over my CD rage, I see more shit like this, and you should know shit splatters. Now, I'm deep in the cult writing this, so only two of my friends liked my comment. Nobody responded to me directly that I saw, except Paul Michael Kane. And he wrote, sorry, Jeff. Please don't mistake my silence for acquiescence. Judging by your obvious scorn for those involved, nothing I'm going to say will change or alter your position. So that's his cop-out. Well, I got nothing to say. I'm just going to take the money. I mentioned to Josh that I acknowledge his concerns. I do not defend or champion anything. Yeah, you do. You're promoting this project, which is going into Richard Chismar's personal pocket. You are championing it. You're a shill. You're out there pushing it. Yes, it's your work, but you should be ashamed of it. This guy is a thief, and you're openly working with it. Like, you're just like, this is okay. This is like, I did this project, but I really can't talk about it. I got paid, but I'm not going to say anything because I kind of feel conflicted about it. There are so many people. There's somebody I talked to at the Robert McCammon book launch one time who's like, yeah, he worked with Cemetery Dance. He's like, yeah, I don't want to work. I don't like it. It's not good. It is not good. Kevin Lucia, if you look at one of my older posts, he left Cemetery Dance really quickly, and he said he didn't like the way Richard Chismar treated people. But then he says, I shared my involvement in a project alongside amazing artists like Glenn and Mark. Can I assume everyone involved in the project received the same level of targeting? Did Glenn talk about it? Did Mark talk about it? No, I'm talking to you. This is your comment. And then, no, right? You haven't taken part in the 19th edition discussion for years. It's probably like 2 years. And you went from 0 to 60 on a post that, note, I did not remove. Thank you for not removing. Thank you for not being an even bigger asshole. I left it here for all to see. Same with every post that raised concerns. I choose not to engage with a post that is designed to tear a person down. Okay. So here's the last one I'll read, because this was my response. I wrote, I commend you for not taking the posts down. That's what usually happens when conversations get rough. I started out my post with my honest impression of you as an exceedingly kind and generous guy, which is why your involvement with Chismar is an even greater letdown. It's like watching someone be pals with a wife beater and hearing him say stupid shit like, yeah, I don't agree with him smacking her around like that, but he's always been good to me. Lately, this bullshit has gotten to an all-time fever pitch with him now funneling money out the back door of the business. And to see someone I used to respect carry his water has me boiling over. And I wasn't trying to tear you down. I was trying to shake you up. What exactly in my previous post was a personal attack on you? I simply stated that you can't take money from a cheat and then claim ignorance of his cheating. The fact is, you can't defend the indefensible. That piece of chiz doesn't even have the balls to apologize for all he's done. He stands other people up there between him and the angry mob, and the people who take the money throw up their hands and play innocent and continue to take the money. And even though he screwed so many others as a creator, I don't see how his practices don't infuriate you. I have no idea how you can work with him. Like I said, I hope he pays you. There's nothing I'd like more than a full-throated apology and acknowledgement from Chismar for all his underhanded bullshit. If you have his ear, let him know. He's a poison in the small press horror community, a community I love. And I just hate seeing a bully get away with victimizing the vulnerable. Sorry if I noticed you standing there right next to him. Needless to say, he hasn't responded. He's moved on. He's writing his little pep rally posts talking and giving away a prize to all these little guppies that come up. It's like I used to go to Indiana Beach, and there was a boardwalk, and there was a roller coaster, and there was some boats, and there was all this lake, and you throw the popcorn into the lake, and these carp come up. There's like a million mouths. I don't know what the phobia is of little holes, but I guarantee that very scenario gave people that phobia. All the little holes right next to each other, those little hungry mouths. And that is what he's doing with his little cult. He's popcorn in the water, and all these little bitch fish come up to the surface like, oh, wow, oh, Paul, thank you. And it's also disingenuous. And so I just really wanted him to say, are you happy and proud to take money from a guy who's treated so many people so awfully? There are people that say they had $12,000, $10,000 in back orders. They should cancel them. I'd love to see everybody pull all their money at once. Have a run on the bank of CD. And so he has no answer. And that is just like, it's just like, oh my God. Like, is there any justice? Is there anybody in this world that's just going to stop this douchebag from what he's doing? And then at the end of it all, like right now too, I get exhausted. I'm like, there's so much shit going on in the world. And here I am shaking my fist at this, but it's so emblematic of the things that just rile me up. The people that just continue to get away with it. And there should be like crickets or nothing for Paul Michael Caine or any CD project whatsoever. So what have you guys been saying? I don't know what you've said. No, he did not remove the post. It's still there. I still like being a sweet summer child, by the way. Well, he saw Chiz's new boat, SS The Stand, and he got jealous. Yeah. He's like, that's what we can do. The thread must have been, no, it's still there, Tim. It's still there. Chismar didn't pay the accountant in time, and he's stuck in the middle of the darkest days. I said darkest. I know you wrote darker. Nice tip to darker days. I keep trying to work out a date with Thomas to get a book club going. I haven't heard back, so please be patient. I am desperately working on it. God, he effed up an effing Bible, dude. A Bible. I know. It's like I'm not over religious guy, but I have a feeling before the world ends, I'm going to find religion. And he just chopped up a Bible, and they charged $4,000 for a Stephen King signature. It's ridiculous. Oh, hey, RA, good to see you. And I'm working on, you're getting a box in the mail, RA, whether you want it or not. I'm going to send it out very soon. Arrived in time for the book channel. Thanks, Jeff, for keeping those of us not in the socials firmly in the loop. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And honestly, I'm actually glad that nobody, because I also had words with people in the Friends of CD group. Somebody wrote a funny post. They said, we should change the name of this group because it's Friends Who Like Cemetery Dance. And all these people came out. Hey, if this one, Nancy Horror World is her name. Nancy Horror World. And she said, I've known Richard Chismar since 1988, and he's always been good to me. And I said the same thing in other words to her that I said to Paul. Like, saying he's always been good to you is like being friends with a wife beater who never, he never even had an angry word at you, just slaps his wife around. Didn't do it to you, so you don't have any lesson to learn there, do you? And she never responded. These people, it's just like, if you have the conviction to make a post, making a statement like that, but you can't defend your position, rethink your positions. Rethink your relationships, your friendships, your allegiances. If you can't defend what you wrote, you need to rethink the fact that you wrote it. Maybe she did. Maybe she went home or whatever. She was at, I don't know where she was. I'm not a spy like Zuckerberg. Maybe she went somewhere and reflected and said, you know what? He's right. If that's the best defense I have of this guy, I don't know. Mitch is here. Love that I showed up right. Bow. What's up, Mitch? Good to see you. Ugh, I did not get the notification. Now I got to catch up. It's all recorded. It's all recorded. It's basically, and I used to hold Paul Michael Caine in high regard, and I hate that I am angry. Like that's never good. Like that's not a emotion I aspire to. You're angry because you want some sort of resolution to an issue that is right there, and then to see all these people rah-rahing this stuff, it's like I mean, you can forgive people for rah-rahing if they have no idea. But when I see that, I think, man, there are more people that need to know what they're supporting. And I feel, I'm waiting on my scariest Stephen King scene chapbook because I ordered A Widow's Point. This was like at a cool point. I'm like, you know what? I got my stand. I'm moving on. I'm putting them in the rear view. They came out with that. It has a Philip Fracassi essay in it. He said these are really cool essays. I'm like, you know what? I could get The Widow's Point. I could write a brutal review if it sucks, and I have a feeling it sucks. And I'll get the chapbook. And then I gave a copy away at Jeff Con as a joke, but it had a really great gift in there from Bibliopathologist. So I do feel stupid for doing that. I should have just not even entertained it because it gave him a book sale. It's like, yeah, we all do things in the pursuit of authors we adore. It's like, yeah, I did sin in the Church of Jeff. But to see people enthusiastically line up, like that was a one-off. I will absolutely never do it again. And if Philip Fracassi were to do a book with Cemetery Dance, I would cry. I would probably weep a tear. I would be very sad. I don't think that will ever happen, but I would be very sad, and I would have to pass. There's nothing on this planet that will get me to send them another dime. So, I only feel bad for new collect. Yes, all the old hats should know better by now. Yeah, and it's like you cannot claim ignorance, Paul. And these people are saying that, and you had a response. You had that very diplomatic, yes, well, their computer's down at the moment, and it's unfortunate, and but the business has to go on. The business can't pause for a day or two and get an IT guy to fix it. But what's funny is that today, or was it today or yesterday, I got an email that was like basically, hey, we can finally take orders on our website again. Isn't it great? That trouble's behind us. Finally, we can take orders on the website. So many people were saying this is shady AF. This is scammer bullshit. This is like Richard Chismar is one step away from calling people, telling them their computer has a virus and they need to go buy gift cards for them to get the virus off their computer. He's like one notch away. And I bet you he's like, I don't even have to write tepid room temperature bullshit fiction. Okay. That might be a line worth pursuing. Did you see that Caitlin Marceau of Darklit Drama is at it again? Oh, no way. No way. This time with He Done Books. Wow, He Done. This is super skunky, by the way. I just took a sip of this, and it's not good. It's not good in a not flavorful way, but in a sort of skunky way. That chick is a scammer. Yeah, I know others who have been waiting years. Yeah. Mitch, message me when you're not occupied. The guy's Mitch is like an octopus. He's got like 8 arms going, and he'll message you right now. Probably you probably already got it. Oh, what did you say above? Caught up. I'm glad I stopped dealing with Paul Michael Caine when my orders kept not getting shipped and I'd have to follow up. Really? See, all I know is he asked me to interview Paul Suntup for his magazine, Constant Conversations. I interviewed Paul. I wrote up the interview and I sent it off. And that was like in 2022, 2021. I don't remember. And the news in that newsletter, that interview was not, Paul even gave a scoop. And I kept telling Paul Michael Caine, hey, is this coming out? Because then I will, if not, I would like to, at least get the relevant bits to people and whatever. It's going to be scrapped now. I hope. Do not get me started with how much just absolute disgust I have for Darklit Caitlyn. Absolutely trash. You know what? That is one drama I didn't really follow, but it sounded awful. It sounded like a total self-inflicted disaster and unapologetically so. The thing is, it didn't last very long. Didn't the Darklit original publisher, wasn't he a dickhead too? And then he just quit and he handed them a big mess. And then they were too self-absorbed to fix the mess. And it became even greater. That's how I remember it. I'm probably way oversimplifying how it went down, but there were no good people in that whole story from what I remember. And it was so short-lived that I didn't really even follow it because it wasn't. I think I had Fabulistic to worry about. What the hell is going on with Fabulistic? I didn't even know I'd say that name tonight. Fabulistic. Did they ever do Sleepy Hollow? What is going on? Jeff, I applaud you for holding a mirror up to Paul Michael Caine and others continuing to do business with the Chiz. Yeah, I don't deserve, you know what? I don't deserve a badge. Anybody would have done it. You do feel like first world about it. You do feel like, but like seriously, I don't know if you like Gary Goldman. Gary Goldman's a hilarious comedian. He's just absolutely fantastic. And he talked about Trader Joe's. He had a whole thing about Trader Joe's and going in line, and a woman was ahead of him, and then, or she cut in line or something, and he got all bent out of shape. He was real mad, and she's like, "Fine, go if it's that important to you." And he's like important to me, like justice. And it's funny because it's such a minor thing, getting cut in line at a supermarket, but that's how I feel. Like, yes, it's important to me. This is such bullshit. It's justice, and to just like Paul Michael Caine's just going to take money from him, knowing all this stuff. He said earlier in that thing, I'm thrilled to be working with super excited for this. And somewhere else he just wrote something about, I'm so thrilled to be working with Cemetery Dance. And I'm like, you're gleeful, and I don't know. It's like I have allergies, but again, it goes back to somebody being personally horrific, and then like, here's your new boss. We're all thrilled to work with him? No, he ruined this other company. What, he knows Stephen King? Oh, okay. I mean, I've been reading Stephen King since I was 14. I would not sell my soul like this. It's just beyond belief. Jesse, sounds good. I'll do it right now. See? Told you. At some point, Chizmar may be the next that replaces Ponzi. So Bernie Madoff's going to do a Chizmar scheme. I received my Patreon package from Tyler Jones today. So I think I might get mine tomorrow, I hope. So freaking cool. Can't wait to read that arc. Yeah. What was the scoop? Do you remember? The scoop? What are you talking about, Mitch? You're like, I'm 5 years behind you. The scoop on what? I think it's rad that we all received the same day, regardless of destination. I almost did. I see the puzzle box shaped Wait, I see the puzzle box shipped with all the snow in New Jersey. Should receive it by April. What puzzle box? What are you talking about? Rob loves books. You shipped a puzzle box? Somebody shipped you a puzzle box. I have no idea. I'm so out of it. Puzzle box. Rob. Who? What? Suntop. Oh, you got it from the paperweight. Oh, that's very cool. I am very jealous. And we will talk about that Kickstarter. You guys want to talk about that Kickstarter at some point? We will. I'll have to look it up because I was scrambling to go live tonight. I didn't really think I was going to go live, honestly. It was touch and go, but then I felt like I kind of hyped it in my newsletter yesterday, and I was talking about going toe to toe. But it's really not going toe to toe. I am really not fooling myself. This isn't really a debate when one person's just a little bitch and doesn't answer for what he's done. I know it ruins his Mr. Rogers good vibe, welcome to the cult, Herf Applewhite shtick, right? It kind of ruins that. He's like, I've been feeding these rats little treats. I'm not going to ruin that. I'm not going to ruin that by answering your question. But yes, he left the posts up. Then he buried them under all this other rah-rah bullshit. And I would love to see just one or two other people go, well, Paul, what do you say about this? Can you get Richard Chismar to step up to the mic and say, I'm a dickhead? Can you get him to do that? Like, I'm a dickhead and I don't deserve your forgiveness. I've done all kinds of stupid shit and I fell in love with myself and I ripped a lot of people off. And like I said, I lost respect for Dan Franklin too as well. I was trying to keep my anger limited to Richard Chismar, but at some point you can't separate it. These people are sitting in this clown's court, I just got a shipping notice from Tyler like 30 minutes ago. I just remembered I ordered the ARC. Totally forgot. I haven't been keeping up with all Phillips and Tyler been doing on their Patreons. I know. I am really bad with that. Like, I know I'm supporting both those guys and Brian James Freeman and but I'm not tracking on anything anymore. Like, literally, if it shows up at my house and I did see the shipping notice, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Tyler also sent me a photo with my name on the shipping label. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till that gets here. And honestly, I don't even know what I'm getting at the level I'm supporting. So I don't even know. Like, it's sort of bad, but it's sort of good because that is the level of excitement and trust. Like, my excitement for Tyler Jones and Philip Fracassi works is a given. At that level, you're just like, I'm supporting and I need it. You need what they're going to send. So it'll be sort of like a little fun surprise whenever I open it. Been busy AF. Well, stay busy AF. Or maybe a little less than F. We're just going to make the hair do that. If I'm going to act unhinged, I should look unhinged. I didn't really act unhinged. What are you accusing you of, Jeff? But yes, this Hellraiser Leviathan's Vault had a initial goal of $25,000 and it has since gone to raise $601,000. Isn't that just insane? I don't know what this video is. Boom comic. What's your pleasure? Yeah, there it is. Pick in the box. Pinhead. I'm sorry, it's the Hell Priest. Look at that. There he is. He's like, what? What the hell? Okay, now you're just throwing quotes from the movie. Okay. The entirety of Boom Studios' long out of print Hellraiser comics. I collected all the Earth. I collected all the Marvel Epic ones, so I never got any Boom. Along with a special volume select fan favorites from Marvel's classic. I have that comic, so I have all this. That's Pinhead, which is sort of blasphemous, but whatever. Look at that. Suitcases, everything. Look at that. Yes, they're doing all the lines. That's pretty badass. I got all their signatures. Darby Wilde, Doug Bradley, Nicholas Smith. Yeah, I'm flexing. All right. Anyway, and it goes on, but I haven't supported this yet because the only reward I wanted to support was the last one. So you got this one. This is Leviathan's Cursed Blood, and what do you get with it? You only get volume 1 and 2. So those are all the Boom comics. That's all that's in those. And it's oh, wait a second. Why are we starting with $200? Why are we starting there? That's interesting. But you get the two volumes in this slipcase, which are, all the comics. There's no limit to it. But Gateway to Leviathan is what? The hard 3 items included. The hardcover is number 1 facsimile. What does that mean? A facsimile set celebrating the Hellraiser mythos. The set includes Pinhead 1, The Harrowers 1, and Hellraiser 1. I have all those. Oh, no, I don't have Hellraiser 1. Reproduced to preserve the look and feel of the original single issue releases. Oh, okay. So it's 3 comics, hardcover. Okay, fine. What's this Sinful Desire? This is volume 1 of Boom Comics, and then you could buy volume 2 as an add-on. So I don't know. Volume 2 is also 85. So then you're looking at $170 to get all the Boom comics without a slipcase. And then Digital Damnation. I don't know. You get digital PDFs. Why would you? Oh, that's really pathetic. You pay $200 for just digital files? No, thank you. I ain't doing it. That's not good. Fated Death. This is what I would support now because this is really all that's worth getting, in my opinion. And it's super expensive. So it's $350. And it's all the Boom comics with that bonus book. So you got 3 volumes, and it comes with that box. The box, man. And this is the one I would have wanted to get, but it is all sold out. There were only 500 available, and it has a signed art print by Clive Barker, red on white, reversed out covers and slipcases, and the box. So that's what I would have wanted. It's all gone. I don't know. Did any of you get this? I don't know if I'm in company of backers, but I couldn't back it for 500. I can't even back it for 350. So I'm not going to do it at all because I don't collect comics, I'm not in comics anymore. And I just don't, I don't have that money. I'd rather use that money for like a very nice Fracassi Limited or something that might be going on sale tomorrow at noon. So again, Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre. I believe it's noon. You know what? How about I do a solid here and I pull up the actual rules for tomorrow because it was sent. So if someone has multiple copies of Serafina, can you order the same amount of copies of Serafina I have on my shelf? I don't know. That's a good question. I think you could. I don't know. But let us see what the rules say together. These are the rules. Rules for pre-ordering Philip Fracasse's The Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre. Tomorrow, Tuesday, noon Eastern, for current Serafina numbered holders only. Not King Ball holders. So no Chismar, only if you're holding Serafina numbers. Then Wednesday is for everyone else if there are any copies left. For tomorrow's Serafina numbered holders, you need to email me, please, with your Serafina number for me to keep your payment tomorrow. And if you want a matching number, I have many, but not all numbers recorded. So please don't assume I'll match it. Also, a friendly reminder, there are only 350 copies of Massacre. So if your Serafina number is higher than 350, I can't match it. But having a number higher than 350 still gets you access tomorrow, and it's first come, first served for all Serafina folks, meaning whether or not your number is below or above 350, you have equal first come, first served rights tomorrow. Hoping that all makes sense and is as fair as possible. I can't think of a better way to do it. So if you have, I don't know, man. I don't know, Jesse. That's a conundrum that wasn't covered in the rules. So all I could say is I'm going to need my copy. Hopefully everybody here, all the real fans, get in there. Just be ready. He'll probably drop that. And Paul Miller sometimes isn't as punctual as he should be. I remember with that one Robert McCammon title, I think. No, it was some title that he was dropping, and I was a little worried. And then Levidian posted their copies were available, and I jumped on Levidian's, and then I saw Earthlings come through. So he might be a little late, but seriously, be on it. Just be on this tomorrow. It's now noon Eastern time. Oh no. Never mind. I'm not making any sense. That's okay. It's noon Eastern time. Yeah, it's noon Eastern. So 11 by you, Lance. No matching number for me. I'm very glad he left it open for all numbered holders. Did Sabbath Presidents get in very early access on the pre-order? I don't know. David knows. 958 emails in your inbox. It was 1,300. I went through. It was over 1,300, and I'm still going through. That is pretty funny. Funny for you to notice that, Rob. So yeah, Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre tomorrow. This is one of the last books I have been waiting for on my big the books I knew were in the works. This and then Mine by Robert McCammon, though I don't know if I'll be able to get mine. It's cool. If not, fair and square, I lose out because I didn't get Wanderers. So fair is fair, man. I just couldn't swing it at the time. There's some things I'm kind of just, you're flying the plane. You got to watch the altitude. You got to have enough fuel to make it back up. So I'm just, that's your financial advice, kids. Don't get an English degree. Don't even get a degree. Seriously, AI is doing away. This one guy said, if you have a named profession, AI is going to take it. It's over. Mine is on my list, but damn not sure be able to swing it either. Yeah, but damn not sure I'll be able to. Yeah, it's everybody's going for it. Everybody's going to be kung fu fighting for that. So yeah, Hellraiser Kickstarter. We got the Earthling tomorrow. You guys, man, I ranted about Cemetery Dance and Paul Michael Caine, and You know, I have boxes of shelf candy from Paul Michael Caine. I used to get every single thing he put out, every single thing. And this was like one of the last things because I just couldn't. After I saw this, I'm like, really, who am I dealing with? Because at some point, you think he's being funny. Like, you think he's like clowning, like, oh, yeah, but putting yourself on a pedestal like this, I mean, that's an insight. That's something he's telling you about himself. And I would say pay attention when somebody does this. Doesn't matter how they act on the camera, you know. But when they do so, like for example, Death Bus, I didn't draw that. I didn't even know Chris was going to draw. I mean, I did not know Chris was basically going to draw you know, a little more corpulent version. Not much more corpulent. This is this is my lettered edition. Yes. Yeah. You know, you gotta skew the glasses a little bit, you know, to get that vibe. Sold out at Rapture, by the way. But I've been sending out my swag. So I just laughed at Paul Michael Caine, and here I'm doing the same thing. Not really. Not really, because I wouldn't if I was to give instructions or direction, art direction on this cover, I wouldn't have wanted the Nick to look like me. But when I saw the art, I loved it. I thought he did a bang up job capturing the spirit of the story in one image. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And it was for Jeff Kahn. So it is very fair game to look like me. And the story does get meta and so on. And that's how you spin things. But if I was to sit down and draw it, I don't know what I would have. Probably would have looked like the Haunted Forest Tour cover with an RV in a very creepy place, even though it really wasn't about where. Anyway, whatever. Read the story if you want. Anyway, I'm going to be shipping out swag bags to all the people I owe. The people who showed up, who bought tickets to Jeff Kahn but didn't show up. Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr., I don't know if you got yours yet. I sent it. You should have had it. And Tim, you should have got your box. Now I'm thinking about it. You both should have. And then tomorrow I'm sending out 2 or 3 more. And then once I'm done with the people I owe, there's a short list of people who asked me if they could buy things long time ago. And I'm going to take care of those folks. And then I'll put a limited number of whatever's available on the website. I gotta tweak the website. It's still selling tickets to Jeff Kahn, I think. So I'm gonna put up I'll put up our remaining swag bags, and then maybe glasses and bags and the Jeff Pass if anybody wants to buy those individually. I mean, the Jeff Pass is very functional. So, and I hope these glasses are making it intact. I can't testify what the post office is going to be doing. You know, I cannot speak for them. How could how could he work with that Mitch guy? He's sketch. I know. You know, I heard the stories about him after I wrote Death Bus, and I'm like, ooh, had I known, you know, that's why I really want to raise the alarm about Paul Michael Caine and Richard Chismar. But yeah, Mitch, the stories I heard about Mitch, child labor, the egotist. Yeah. I thank you for connecting that back to Philip Fracassi. But yeah, it's just, you know, when people tell you who they are, listen. Don't deny it, you know, let them be who they are. Oh, but also speaking of Mitch, annoyed with Zagava again. Hopefully they get the other Roman Fracassi. Yeah. Yeah, Zagava. He's sort of like that flighty artist type, you know, like somebody who's really about the moment he's in and nothing else. And that's how he strikes me. I don't know. But it sounds like I'm being summoned. Well, you should be, because here I want to talk about Daytide. Our boy Mitch got, still waiting on both my Romans. They'll get here eventually. Oh my God. You're in down under there, you know? So here we are with Chris Panettiere. I like Zagabi. He's just slow. Oh, I'm open to trading your copy of CD It for my Child Alone with Strangers lettered. Oh, man. Why do you have to do that, Jesse? Oh, why would you do that to me, Jesse? That's like actually a considerable trade. I don't know what to do with that. Because number one, it was such a pivotal book for me. So pivotal. And it's the first book I got from Cemetery Dance. It shipped right away. I love it. I adore that book. But it's Cemetery Dance. And it's tainted. And that lettered child, you're evil, Jesse. That was evil. That was damn. I'm going to be thinking about that long after I stop going live tonight. I probably won't take you up on it, so don't get your hopes up or anything. But I might. No, I probably won't. I can't do it. Anyway, I was going to talk about Daytide. Hopefully, I'll get to see that Daytide in person on Friday. Wow. Would do that trade in a heartbeat if I had it. See, you God damn it, Mike. Is that close to release? Oh. At AuthorCon, Mitch and Jason are going to be there. Mitch and Jason? Who's Jason? Mitch and Jason? Who's Jason? Mitch and Jason. You mean Chris Panettiere? Yeah, unfortunately, I have a slight delay on the numbered Daytide, but I'll have 50 on hand at AuthorCon. Wait, what am I missing? At AuthorCon, Mitch and Jason are going to be there this year. You said lol, but I don't know what that means, Mike. I'm just confused. So yes, Chris Panettiere, the actual author of Daytide, shared the book on Instagram, and I had seen not Jason, Chris. Okay, I had seen some images, and here Chris Panettiere is doing his Chuck Palahniuk impression. He just reminds me of Chuck Palahniuk. I don't know. Not sure where the hell I came up with Jason. It's funny. So
that people can purchase if they're interested, but here it is.
There it is. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. See, I didn't synchronize with Chris. I just, that's the thing I would say.
That goes around to the back.
It goes around, Chris.
Let me show you the hardcover itself.
Mitch, what thing is AuthorCon could get it
so
first.
Gorgeous. I can't even believe it. There's my picture.
But we see you there, Chris. Look at that.
Look at this thing.
Yep. That's beautiful. I like the spine.
It's got
Mitch. You don't have
beautiful red ribbon.
You don't have Rapture on it. You don't have his name. I like how simple
this thing is. Utterly gorgeous. And I'm not going to spoil all of the art that is inside of this thing for you, but I'll show you a few things.
Well, maybe you should have put Rapture on the spine. No,
it's got end papers.
It's got end papers. Well, illustrated on papers, Chris. All books have end papers.
That's right, when you open the book.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some people have already seen. Oh, well. This is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Somewhere through a fire comes a soul so black.
Is that a Testament quote? Is that it?
That's where Philip Fracassi and I signed it. Philip has an introduction in this book.
Needed. Everyone.
And then the last thing I'll show you is
I do like it simpler like
The
that.
map.
I do.
This thing has a map.
This would have been
It's
useful
unusual
in my
because it's a
initial
map
reading.
of a whole planet.
The
The
conurbations.
10 conurbations of high side. What's that? Anyway, there's lots of details on this map.
Very cool. I love it.
This book is a deep dive into this world I created. And for those of you who ordered it, thank you so much. For those of you who are thinking about buying it, get on it. This is a limited edition, and it's utterly gorgeous.
No lie.
I think you'll love diving into this book. It is immersive. The art actually, I think, really adds another layer to this thing. So anyway, it comes out from Rapture Publishing. It's officially out on Thursday, February 26th. There are copies still available, and there will be a special set of copies just like this, but with a little tweak at AuthorCon in Williamsburg, Virginia this week. So death comes to those who live.
Bam! There you go. He's doing good work for you, Mitch. He's doing great work. Yeah, I love it. I want to know who actually uses the ribbon. I do. I'm reading King of Shadows right now, and I use that ribbon all the time. See, now that comment wasn't there before. That comment wasn't there before. Is Chris going to write more in this universe? That is really cool. That's a really cool question, David. I would buy it. I would read it. But have you read the book, David? Did you read it? One of them? I would love for him to. We shall see. Maybe a chapbook tie-in, or that is cool. That would be awesome, Mitch. That would be very cool. I have the early reader copy. And man, that's going to be fantastic when it comes out. Mitch, you've done a great job. I mean, it doesn't feel like a first release. The way that looked like a Centipede Press book, that looked like an Earthling book. It looks way up there. So it definitely, kudos to you, Mitch. I don't like toasting you with a non-Rapture beer, but I toast you with what I got. The beer you got is better than the one you don't have. That's I think Confucius said that, or Confusion said it. I don't know. Is Rapture going to do a trade later on? I would like to know that. I thought you were answering that for the man. Otherwise, I wouldn't have read that question. But yeah, a trade edition. I don't think Rapture should do trade editions. Sorry, Mitch, for giving you business advice live in front of everybody. But I don't think so. Like, I think it works for Levidian with McCammon, but not really any other author. Like, it's just like, because the Matthew Corbett series needs to have trade editions for everybody who wants to read those books, because they're coming out first from Levidian. So I don't know. I don't think you should, but Mike, there have been discussions, but I think Chris wants to try it and sell it to a big 5 first. We both think it's got big potential for that. Yeah. Yeah, I think it does too. For sure. So yeah, I go buy it. How are we doing on copies, Mitch? Are they going out like real fast, or you gotta jump on it now, maybe? Or are people just gonna have to watch it sell out when like Beef Daddy shows it on the channel? Yeah, I was thinking like Levidian, but I can see him wanting to get it in a big 5 for sure. Yeah. I believe ebooks are easy to make an ebook. I personally don't like ebooks. I'm in a physical world. Or so I think. That's the funny thing. I think I'm in a physical world. But whoever knows. I will say I've sold quite a few the last few days. So if you're waiting, I would do it fast. Very nice. How about Death Bus? How you doing on Death Bus? I heard all the kids are going crazy for Death Bus. Everybody wants a corpulent Jeff driving a bus into their library, you know? Dude, it's also dope. The art. I can't wait to see the art. It is also dope. I'd love an ebook of it. That way my limited doesn't get screwed up. I will probably want to reread the limited edition to feel that cloth, you know? Bro, Death Bus sold out way faster than daytime. That's not fair. That's not fair because I have copies. It wouldn't be sold out if I didn't have like 12 extra copies here. So, and it's a Phil Fracassi signature. And let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is, Mitch. I mean, it doesn't even have an ISBN, Mitch. It's not a real book. It's like a fun thing that people shouldn't take too seriously. That's how you lower expectations to get people to like it more. It's follow me for more mind hacks. Mind hacks with the Jeff word. I haven't even read the arc. I don't want to bend the spine. Oh my God, really? Death Bus needs added to Goodreads. You can't. It has to have an ISBN. You can't put it up there. Please don't. Do not put it up. I tried. No, I looked at it. I looked up there. I'm like, can you? What do you do for chapbooks? No, it would be fun. I would ask people to write their most hateful review. Bring it on. Be my Cenobite, you know? Yeah, so anyway, what else do we have to talk about? Let me see. Let me go through. Mitch, do you think Chris would do a remark? Never thought of that before until now. Yeah, that would be very, very, very cool. He did a remark in Death Bus for Joshua Poblano. What do you think of that, guys? You think that's cool? Because I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. Ask Joshua Poblano to see the Death Bus remark that he drew. It was pretty damn awesome. He definitely would. I think, David, you got to get over to AuthorCon and get him to draw one. I might go to AuthorCon now. No, there's no way in hell I can go. I wish I could. I wish I could. Yeah, so I'm going to be sending out swag bags. Stay tuned for that. If anybody wants to ride on a Death Bus, I don't know. I think I covered all the stuff I was planning on talking about tonight. With a rant, I didn't even go 90 minutes. It's an hour and 17 minutes. How did that happen? Is there anything you guys... I think I talked about... We talked about Rapture. We got Earthling in there. I mean, that's the important thing. If you need to know anything about tonight, it's that Paul Michael Caine will smile and be a very kind person while he shits all over creators, because that's the only way you could describe that. You're empowering a bastard. I'm not, you know what? I have no personal relationship with Glenn Chadbourne. I don't know what his life is like. I know he likes Richard Chismar. I don't know how he could justify that continued relationship, because I would tell, like, for me, I would want, like, if Mitch started doing this stuff, I would have to say, like, Mitch, I cannot talk about Rapture until you apologize. You have to own up to this. You have to make it right. This is some grade A bullshit. And if he's like, man, I don't owe anybody an apology. I'm getting all the stuff out. They're just impatient. Okay, I'm done then. If you don't even acknowledge your role in this, I can't. Again, Paul Michael Caine, read my newsletters. Those 3 newsletters I talked about. You'll see name after name after name after name of people in the screen grabs talking about how Richard Chismar is a bad actor. And by that, I mean a bad person. You go and see it. And then you're like, these are creators. This is like, for me, it's like, I don't love all copywriters, but God damn it, AI is going to take their jobs. And I'm not happy about that. How do you empower and back AI when it's the very thing taking bread out of their kids' mouths, you know? It's just you either stand for something or you fall for anything. And you either have values or you don't. And I know Paul Michael Caine, he did this. Like, this is funny. He did this. And if you recognize this is from the Dark Tower. This is Ka. But this is Michael Whalen's intellectual property. And I think Paul Michael Caine got bitch slapped for just taking this and using it as it is from Michael Whalen's estate, or his this is his intellectual property. And he put it on this coaster, this corkboard coaster that I bought because I loved what he did. I loved his stuff. And I thought, I love Ka. I mean, so many people got this like tattooed on their arm, Ka. And how would you feel if people started just taking your stuff and not paying you? Like, I'm sure his tune would change on Chismar if he's like, hey, Dick, hey, Dickie boy, how about you pay me what you owe me? It's been, 4 months, and this is my job. This is my livelihood. I think then it's like, oh, now it's serious because he's taking it from me, but it doesn't matter when he does it to other people. Where are we at? I might order a second copy just to send to Chris to do a remarket it. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm sure he'll do one in Daytide. Centipede. I can't wait to get my hands on Daytide. I'm going to have to wait since it should come when I'm on the road to AuthorCon. Or at AuthorCon, you could buy it. Centipede Press is finally done with Dune. Last book comes out next month. Yeah, I have not been looking at those Centipede Press newsletters as closely as I used to back in the day because I'm afraid. You see those newsletters and you're like, God damn it. God damn it. I did not want to spend money. So you just avoid them. I can't avoid Paul Miller or Brian James Freeman or Rapture or, there's so many, but like, or SST anymore. Like, I can't get away. Mitch, any idea when the MMS chapbook will begin to ship? Oh, this one. Michael Marshall Smith, which I still have to read. I'm dying to. Trust me, I'm dying to. So, any other books not mentioned that are coming out? Is Centipede in the works with something? Fantasia was supposed to be doing Dreamcatcher, like one of Stephen King's most hated books. And I haven't heard anything about it. I hope everything's okay over there. I like Alex. I like Diana. They're good people. They're not awful people like Richard Chismar, so they deserve our support. So yeah, I don't know about that. Owl Crate, Aardvark. I looked at their offerings and I'm like, no. And even Twisted Retreat, they shared their title today. They always do. My dog came in here. He wants belly rubs. He's a baby. He's Poe. He's a baby. Right, buddy. You're a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yeah, you got to make time for your doggy. You got to make time for the dog when he rolls over on his back and he's pet my belly, daddy. You got to. Yes. Huh? Want to come up? Here. Everybody wants to say, whatever. He's a 40-pound baby. Boo, 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 boo. Here, come here. I'm gonna pick you up. Here's my baby. It's my buddy. It's my Poe. It's my baby Poe. Okay. Good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah. This is what you get. But Twisted Retreat shared their next title, and it's like I wanted to want it, because I love what they did with Autumn Springs and their next title. I don't even remember what it was. Oh man, it was in a. Let me see if I can find it here. It was in the email. Earthling, where are we at? What's up? Where are we at? Twisted Retreat. So I could show you this. This is the book. Now tell me if you guys know about it. If it's a great book, let me know. So this is Twisted Retreat's new one. The March book of the month is The Works of Vermin by Hiron Ennis. Enter the decadent, deadly city of Tilliard, a metropolis carved into the stump of an ancient tree. In its canopy, the pampered elite warp minds with toxic perfume. In its roots, gangs of exterminators hunt a colossal worm with an appetite for beauty. Oh, so Dune. In this complex, chaotic city, Guy Mulliane has a simple goal: keep his sister out of debt. For her sake, he'll take on any job, no matter how vile. You mean even working with Dick Chismar? As an exterminator, Guy hunts the uncanny creatures that crawl up from the river. These vermin are all strange and often dangerous. His latest quarry is a centipede the size of a dragon with a deadly venom and a ravenous taste for artwork. As it digests Tilliard from the sewers to the opera houses, its toxins reshapes the future of the city. No sane person would hunt it if they had the choice. Guy doesn't have a choice. So maybe it's a lot better than a centipede that eats art. I don't know. So the centipede eats art. You know what? I never usually read Dust Jacket copy because I don't like to know. The less I know about a book going into it, the happier I am. And I don't know. So if you think it's cool, I don't know, maybe it's a great book. Did producer Jill read Dune? No, she did not. No, she didn't. And I didn't finish it either. I have that coaster also and a coin. Didn't realize the design wasn't legitimately optioned. That's gross. Yeah, I have that coin too. It's up on my dad. Oh no, that's not it. Okay, well, I guess I used to have it. And now I have it somewhere. But this coin I do have still. Maybe this is the one you're talking about. Yeah, this is probably it. Yeah. This is Ka. He added all kinds of stuff to it for it's a 19th edition challenge coin. Whatever. There's Roland. It's the number 19. Yeah, I have this still. Like I said, and that was out on the shelf. So obviously I wasn't hating on Paul Michael Caine enough to bury all the stuff I got. Are you making fun of me, Jeff? Have a tattoo of Calm? No, really? Do you? No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying that's how popular it was. A lot of people got it. And it's like, if you have a tattoo of it, you're not stealing, you're honoring. But when you make a coaster and you don't get approval, you're making money on someone else's design. That's not cool. Mitch needs to publish his own story through Rapture Publishing. Think he has connections to make it happen. Shadow of the Torturer from Centipede should be this year. I've finally read this book a few weeks ago, and it's amazing. All you people are telling me all these amazing books. You're going to have to live in every infinite universe to read them all. There's no way. Give Poe his screen time. I did. They get big fast, huh? Yeah, I know. He's still a baby though. Passing on Twisted Retreat also. Second month in a row. Never heard of it. Yeah. That entire series is great. Oh, jeez. I stopped Twisted after Fracassi. So did I. I can't wait for The Shadow of the Torture to come out. I didn't know about Centipede Press the first time he did the books. Works of Vernon was just okay. A very wordy book. Great world building. Oh, you read it. Sean, is there what do you don't read? I mean, you read everything. Man, I'm so jealous. I'm currently reading Mayfly by CJ Lead before I meet her this weekend. Oh, let us know what you think. Where is the case? Oh, it's gone. I put that away. Later on, Stephen Wayne Nelson Jr. I'm probably gonna be flying too. I took a rare gamble on a signed and numbered Goldsboro book the other day, The Hill in the Dark Grove by Liam Higginson. Character heavy folk horror that's been getting some acclaim. Fingers crossed. Well, good luck. How much did it set you back? It couldn't have been that much, right? Loved Mayfly. Really? No. Her other book, American Rapture, doesn't seem to be moving as well. Everybody did like Mayfly. Or so it seems. Anyway, I'm going to get going right now. I'm going to get cutting, as number one says, because that's what you do. I hope to not be angry anymore. I'm not going to be over in 19th edition to be watching if anybody responds. I don't care. I hope people out there are paying attention, watching, and, using their brain, critically thinking and approaching purchases with some caution, with some research. And hopefully some people see that this is not acceptable to everyone. I want for that Jeff Terry out there who's seen just this injustice to know, hey, at least someone's recognizing this shit and calling it out. So good night, American Rapture. Not a great read. Yeah, that's what I heard. Good night, everyone. The offer is there, Jeff. Damn it. You brought that back up to mind, man. Good night. Good night, number one. Good night, Lance. Good night, everybody. I will see you next week. And until then, stay frosty and be good to each other, and everybody be good.